Hello, my name is Sheldon here. Welcome back for another episode of Ethiopia in Victoria 3. And in previous episode, we captured a little bit land. We started building a lot of things. We actually increased our construction sector a little bit. But that does mean that we are actually losing a bit of cash, but we've got pretty decent cash reserves still, so I'm not too worried about it. And in certain cases, it is actually possible to run an entire economy while constantly losing money. But like, if you can increase your GDP quickly enough, that increases the amount of loans that you can take. And that way you won't actually bankrupt yourself, necessarily anyway. We've got a diplomatic play over here. We're going to be attacking Valega, potentially. Oh, they've got a friend over there. Which one of these was the defending general? You got expert defensive strategies. So I'm just going to put you on the defense on the north. Start weakening them. We've still got one over here as a potential help. But we're not activated that one yet. Oh, and there's the last one. Mobilize. That's only 7 units there, alright. In that case, you've got a bit of extra offense. There we go, so that's, the south is going to be the first target, I suppose. Unless they start bringing more nations from here, which is a possibility. In which case, we might have a bit of an issue. Remains to be seen. We're going to get into Tool Workshop, hopefully, very shortly. Actually, we might want to slow down a little bit, so it is only those 3... Ooh. Oh, bollocks, I can't add the war goals anymore. I went too far. Well, at least we have one war goal, and then we'll have truce with the other 2. I should have put in the war goals there to capture these 2, but I forgot. Oh well, we'll do that then next time. And at least we'll be able to conquer places fairly quickly. Because we got the overwhelming numbers in 2 of the fronts, and over there we got kind of equal numbers, but I suspect that our troops are going to be better defense, same offense. That should be fairly quick. Oh, they're not attacking, so both sides are just holding. And the tool workshop is completed. Excellent. So, well, I suppose that's not going to be producing tools quite yet. Of course, we have nothing that uses the tools yet. The easiest way to increase that would probably, if we go to the buildings, into the gathering. I know that the logging camps could... Oh, wait, no, we don't have the sawmill tech yet. Never mind. So we can't do that one. A few other things that we could maybe do. Actually, there's not really a lot of things that need tools yet. Not until we get the lathes unlocked, but that is something that we'll get in about 5 months. At least they can start hiring some people in the meanwhile. There we go, our first combat. 14 versus 7, and then 3 versus 2. I think this one we are going to lose. The one over here in the south, we are going to win. Admittedly with heavy losses. But regardless, we'll conquer that state. Well, I suppose we won't be conquering that, but we'll occupy that fairly quickly, no doubt. Oh, and they are attacking with 18 units against our 13. Oh, wow. Are they using the pretty much entire... Yeah, they're using almost the entire stack there. At least we can wound a lot of them, although we are actually taking almost as much casualties as they are. We only have... Well, actually, we do have 22 units there total. So overall, the amount of units that are damaged over there are less for us, but we are probably still going to lose this combat over time. Yeah, no, we're going to lose that. So we might lose some ground over here, but as long as we can make some ground in the south, then take the Valega and then just go after the... was it Tigray? Yeah, Tigray. Okay, so that one's going down. Oh, another battle is going down over there. We are going to lose that one. And we did lose one province over there. Not too bad yet, though. Oh, and now we've got 16 versus 14. I think this one is going to be a victory. They're taking a lot more casualties for sure. They did start with... Actually, which one of us is them? I think we are the top one, so we are still losing a lot of... oh wait, no, they must be the top one. But yeah, they're taking hefty casualties. Oh, there's another front. Oh, right, split this into 2. Okay, well, how about you switch to that front? We'll be there in a matter of days. We decided to stop the attack, and over here we had a bit of combat. We failed to get through, and now we've got 8 versus 4, but I think we are still going to win that. Oh, wow, yeah, they're taking... Oh, this was still the same combat, alright. So that was a bit hefty casualties in there. Insufficient tax capacity in our capital state, and the wood price is very high. We do not have the... Right, so was it the lathe? No, it's not that one. It's the steel working that unlocks the... sawmills or logging camps. That's something that we want to get as soon as possible. Oh, and did we... Got combat over there. That one's empty. Oh. They split the... Right, they're focusing on that one. Well, I can't go there. How about you start attacking towards the capital? If we can take some more land in here, that'd be nice. Oh, now they're pushing the troops in. Alright, I'm just gonna hold my ground for the time being. Once we get some reinforcements from the south, which is probably not going to be that far off, we'll be able to advance further. And is this... No, we're going to lose that one again. Yeah, the... What used to be Kappa will be falling first, most likely. I don't know if I can sort of force them out of the war. Oh, they are attacking here with 8 units against 18. That's going to be massive losses for them. That's for sure. Let's actually have a look at the losses total thus far. So in this war... Oh, right, it's not showing everyone. So Tigray has lost 20,000 men. I've lost over 50,000. But Begemder has lost about 9 or 8,000, 9,000. So that's 29,000. And then another 6,500 from the main target, Lega. So yeah, that's gonna be... Well, yeah, that was... Oh, yeah, there we go. Force them in here. That's gonna be another attack. Most likely a pretty good attack at that. Because we got basically 2-to-1 ratio in there. And they've lost a lot of troops. Although, how much do they... No, yeah, these are quite wounded. But they are still having a bit more total troops, perhaps. Ah, there we go. Lathe unlocked. Excellent. I think what we might do is go for the steelworking next. And with the lathe unlocked, how bad are we missing in terms of clothing? Well, we could have a bit more. Because we got the dye production already. So what we could do is upgrade the textile mill. That's going to be another 270 increase in profit estimated. That might not be the case entirely. And then the furniture manufacturer we can get late, so that's going to start using some tools, which means that the tool prices are going to start going up, so we'll actually start having some production of it. And that is going to increase the furniture production. Now the tooling workshop, let's actually have a look over here. So that is not producing much yet, but it will be now that there's actually demand for it. Oh, and there's 20 units over there. Okay, that's a bit annoying. So in the north we might have some problems. I don't think they'll be getting too far. Although, well, yeah, we've got roughly equal numbers. They just managed to get most of their troops into the combat there. Oh, we might actually be gaining some land over here in Velega, finally. And another combat over here. We are outnumbered though, so that's not going to be great. We might actually lose some ground there due to that. Although it's only a handful of units, so I don't think it's actually going to be pushing us back. But hey, we did manage to get some ground over here in Velega, and now as we managed to retake some of that area. But they are still the ones attacking, and we are going to be losing another combat there. Oh, is that? That's 1 versus 3. That's not going to go well. That is an attack. Over here we are winning a defense. Oh, they capitulated. So where did we move the army? It is going over here. Okay, good. That's actually where we wanted to, so we can conquer that, and then just focus down on clearing the northern front. We are actually making money now, quite a bit. Let's have a look. How much do we... So we still got quite an imbalance of wood. Furniture isn't too bad. Clothing isn't too bad. And I'm guessing that might start increasing the standard of living a little bit again. Maybe. So what's there... No, there hasn't been notifications about the price changes yet. There will probably be some fairly shortly. Okay, 4 versus 3. We are still sort of outnumbered there. I could always just activate some of the conscripts to bring in over here. Oh, now we got maybe a bit better chances of winning, although it's quite even. But over here we're still losing. So our troops aren't great in quality necessarily, but they are great in numbers. Well, to some degree. Oh, Great Britain is actually improving relations with us. Ottoman-British rivalry ended. Interesting. What are we building? The paper mill now, so that is actually going to allow us, once that is built, we can switch the administration buildings to go from simple organization to filing cabinets, which is going to increase the bureaucracy quite a bit. I think it's going to be like 15 extra per government administration. Yeah, so it's going to be 50 each total. And then tax capacity is going to be doubled. So that's going to be very useful, especially for our capital state here, because we are still... We're actually not that much over. Over here we are a lot over, though. So that's going to be a problem. Oh, I got 3 versus 2, but we'll... Oh, Academia unlocked. Does that actually allow us to get some laws changed over here? Not really. But there's... We might have to switch the government around a little bit again. The question is, who do we bring in? Like, if we bring in the armed forces, they won't be able to do too much. Intelligentsia, it's... Well, we could improve the prestige, I suppose. That would allow us to do something. So, you know what? We'll reform the government. Intelligentsia won't have that much stuff in there. That's going to increase the radicals a little bit and reduce the loyalists. But at the same time, that should allow us to do some more law changes in here. At least slave trade, we could stop that. Or, hereditary bureaucrats. Population cost modifier. Oh, right, okay. That... What's the appointed bureaucrats? So that's taxation capacity, 25%. Oh. Now that could be useful. Especially since I've been complaining about the taxation. We could abolish the serfdom, although the likelihood of that succeeding is very low because the landowners don't want that. In the slave trade, there's the slavery band. That's also very unlikely to succeed. So I don't think we can do that. We could go for the no police at all, but I don't think there's a lot of support for that either. National supremacy, there's the racial section segregation. That would reduce our authority a little bit. Oh, but that's also 5%. Okay, so we just don't have a lot of popularity over here. I suppose one thing that I could do is intelligentsia. Can I bolster their popularity? Cost authority. We should have plenty of that. So if we increase the intelligentsia's sort of popularity, we can start doing some of the laws, more likely at least. Oh, we got another massive combat in there. I think what we need to do is we just need to win this war over here in the south. Like, they are slowly gaining ground in the north. Now, luckily, we don't have massive combats, or like, we don't have a lot of troops in combat, so that means that they won't get that much territory. And of course, since we are defending, that also means that they won't be taking all that much. Oh, there we go. We actually did manage to advance. Ah, distillation has spread. Excellent. So what was that? That was mostly the grocery production, wasn't it? Sweeteners for food industries and pot stills for food industries. And then it leads to another tech, of course. So the steelworking is going to be really good for our wood production. How much do we have tools being produced right now? We got 1 extra. But I suppose since it's not very profitable to produce more than that, then they probably won't be. I think they should be allowing to produce us a lot more than we are producing right now if we had it fully staffed. But right now it's only got like 900 people working there. So it's producing 6 tools, and the wood price is probably way too high. But I suppose once we get the extra, or the... Actually, did we? No, we didn't get the steel working quite yet. I'm hoping that we'll get that soon. I'm also hoping that we can hold on over here in the north a little bit longer, but it seems like we might be having some troubles. Oh, that's another... Okay. Which one of these is not fighting? You're the one that's fighting. I'm just going to send you to assist in the north. And the one in the south we can probably keep on going for a little bit longer. Or if not, we can just put that on defensive as well. Oh, there we go. Valega and peace treaty. Okay, well, that's a war done. And this is now attached to the southern state over here again. That's good. We got a pretty good income still. Even though we're building with 2 construction offices, we are still making a lot of money. We've yet to get onto the coastline, to be fair, but I'm sure that we can manage that eventually. And, oh, armed reserves unlocked. Conscriptal battalion. So how much could we conscript now? 21. That's not bad. But we are starting to have 63 units total. I think what we can probably start doing is maybe, especially perhaps over here, unable to fully hire. Oh, it's 18,000 out of 22. Okay, so we could reduce the amount of these in here without having too much of an impact. Well, they might have increased the radicals a little bit. But at the same time, yeah, we've got 1 million radicals. We don't have a lot of loyalists, but we're going to reduce the amount of barracks that we have to some degree. You are also unable to hire. So we're just going to reduce that to 23. So that would leave us with 60 total, I believe. At least in theory. Now, whether that's actually going to be the case or not remains to be seen. Oh, dry docks are spreading to us. Okay. Well, that's going to be good. So now there's only 2 nations that we need to fight to... Well, technically 3 still. I suppose... Eritrea, how much do we have infamy now? We're still reputable. Only got 5. Okay, so that's not too bad. Alsa, I think it's your time to go. And we shall... We'll conquer Alsa. They might have a friend. And I'll add in a war goal for the entire annexation of them. We'll put in one of the armies in there. And I know that we lost a lot of troops, so we probably won't be able to field full armies. But I think against this fight, we should be fine. Remains to be seen who supports them. There's not a lot of nations that can support them. There's some of the Horn of Africa nations or Somalian nations that could maybe give a hand. But none of them are actually supporting right now. Although there are two that are leaning. Are you actually going to do that again? Are you actually trying? I mean, I suppose they are probably just like, hey, we can join if you give us some territory. But like, they won't have the troops to really do much. Right, so they haven't brought in anyone else yet. They're probably trying to sway someone. Oh, someone decided to call neutrality. Oh, and tool price is now going up again. There we go, so it's getting a little bit better. Service price is going down. We are working on the paper mill, so that means that we need a lot more wood soon. Peace treaty. Oh. Ah, okay. So Britain is expanding. Yeah, oh yeah, over here. So they're going into Indonesia. Right. I suppose there is still some lands over here in Indonesia that could be inhabited. Or colonized, rather. They are inhabited already. Oh, and is that... That's France. That's... Oh, Portugal starts with 1. France starts with 1 over there, and then Portugal starts 1 in Qing. That allows them to trade in there, which is kind of useful. Right, so... No one has joined the diplomatic play here yet. Oh, now they have Tigray. Okay, which one do we put in? You got the most troops, so I'm just going to put you on the defensive over there. I can afford one more enemy in here, in this war if need be. And that's one that's going to be quick anyway. Oh, and this time, let's not forget, at war goal, conquer state, Tigray. That leaves us with 33 diplomatic maneuvers. They still got a decent bit in there. Yeah, we should have the advantage over there overall. We'll just hold on for now, or be on the defense there for the first phase of the war. Until we actually conquer the enemy. But the steelworking is... Oh, it's actually steelworking spreading, so that is speeding up the thing. So that's 6 to 9 months that we get it. And no enemies, or no other nations have joined into the diplomatic play. That's good. That means that we'll only have a total 19 regiments for the enemy. In which case, we could probably move this one, mobilize, and put it on the defense front over there as well. I have 2 on the defense. Let them sort of advance first, if they so desire, while we clear out this one. Still no one? Nope. And now it's countdown to war. What was there? Oh, tool prices. Okay, is it going up again? It's been going back and forth a decent bit. Let's actually have a look. Is there any more things that we can do? Like the textile mill, we've already done those. The productions... Oh, right. The paper mill is not quite done yet. And the rural... I don't suppose we can get the logging camp until we get the tech done. Over here is the butchering. We could do that, but I don't think it's worth it. We don't need that much, and the fruit conversion is not worth it. We need more grain than what we need more fruits, quite frankly. Although, actually, one thing that I should have a look is fruits. Who uses them? Where? Do we have any? Oh, no, we don't have any fruit production yet. But yeah, we managed to conquer a lot of land already, and once we get the Eritrea over here... Oh, they decided back down. Well, that's more land for us. Without a fight, but I believe we can't expand there right now then. Do we have truces with a lot of people? Just for curiosity. So we got 3 truces. That's most of the nations that I would like to advance into right now. I mean, technically speaking, we could go into somewhere over here and start taking some land. I mean, how much do you have troops? Very poor relations. You got 2 battalions. That's not a lot. State relations is Sunni. You know what? We'll go with Conquer State over there. Rosengali might support them. So we can afford maybe putting in one of these. Regular battalions. Go with this one. Mobilize. Advance. Over there. That's finally going to allow us to have a coastline. But that does mean that we'll probably be approached by Great Britain to say, hey, you'll join in our market or else. Then mobilizing. We got overwhelming numbers, that's for sure. Now, of course, they won't be able to bring anyone in yet. But later on, they might be able to. The question is, who will they bring? I mean, who's the options? There's quite a few options overall. I know that Egypt is probably not going to join because we've been keeping good relations with them. Speaking of which, might as well, yeah, the protective and cordial relations. We could maybe improve relations further. Now, what is our infamy right now? It's 16.3. So we can maybe afford putting one more war goal if need be, but otherwise we might not want to do too much. But I don't know if there's going to be anyone else in this. But if not, then we'll just keep most of our... Oh! You joined again. So you really want to fight me, eh? That's combat experts. Because, okay, so we might not be the best in defensing, but I'm just going to put you on the northern front anyway. And we'll have a little bit extra in the garrison over here, I suppose. Actually, how many do we have? We've still got 61 regular battalions total. Well, of course, we've got the conscripts, but we're not using the conscripts yet. Has anyone else joined? We've still got one army. Oh, yeah. Alright, so that's 3. Let's mobilize you. Are you pillager, mounted combat expert? Alright. Mobilize. You'll be advancing in the south. I think we'll be able to advance pretty easy. If they invite some more... Actually, I don't think they have the points to invite anyone else. No, they've spent all their points, so let's just put in some war goals here, shall we? Conquer State, Tigray, and then Conquer State, Begimder. There we go. So that's going to give us all of the Ethiopia, and also a little bit of Somaliland. So we can start building up some iron mines there. That's going to allow us to increase certain production, and also we can start slowly setting up the weapons production. Which, to be fair, there's not going to be a lot of demand for it yet, but once we start upgrading to the line infantry, we will need some. Although we might want to reduce the amount of battalions that we field at that point. And the amount of radicals is slowly dropping. Because every time that we conquer something, that increases. Tigray declared a rivalry. Well. But yeah, we got the massive advantage in numbers. That's defending, that's going to be attacking. The paper mills in 3 weeks, which means that we can increase the bureaucracy a lot, and then we could maybe start incorporating this state. You know what, we're going to start incorporating already, so that's going to save us a little bit of time. It's going to reduce the income for a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. Of course, we'll need a lot more bureaucracy later on as well, once it's integrated, because there's a lot of population in there. But it also means more taxes. Oh, there we go, the locking camp is underway, and that is just 1 week away, or well... tool prices going up, coffee price going up, and grain price going up. Alright. Right, so we've got the paper mill. Now I believe it's actually time to go over here into urban government administration and go into filing cabinets. And that's going to need 30 paper, but that's going to increase tax capacity and bureaucracy drastically. Of course, the production over here might be a bit limited right now. How much can it actually produce total? Up to 40, was it? Yeah, 40 paper from 30 wood. That's not too bad. Once we get access to sulfur, we can maybe get more. Or eventually, with some text, we can increase it even further. Right, so the war is about to start. So we'll have a coastline. Do they have a port in here? They do. So that's going to allow us to do some trading. War has broken. So that's advancing, that's advancing. They are advancing towards us. I'm hoping that we can hold on in there for long enough to clear out this. Then we'll probably focus down most of the armies there. We've got 5 versus 4. We are going to be losing that, no doubt. So we're fighting both of their units in here. So each battle that we do, it weakens them out drastically. Do we have any other journal things here? So we've got the Age of Princes, Religion, Autocracy, and Nationality. Let's keep complete for 30 years. Does not have state, religion, or autocracy. Okay. You know what? Let's put that as a thing that we can track in there. That's showing how long it's been going already. I mean, we are already gone about 8 years in the game. Which isn't all that much. We've got a fight going on over here. We are actually losing that fight. I suppose we don't have the best defender in there, so it's no surprise there. So we're losing that one. I think what we might want to do, if we can, just hold on the north, just sort of do delay tactics, while we clear out this coastal province in here. Oh, we actually did win that combat. With sheer tenacity. Oh, they're doing a counterattack. Oh dear, we're losing ground there. Oh wait, no, that's not a counter, that is just their attack, and we are losing ground there. We have lost a little bit ground over here, not too much yet. I suppose most of those combats are places where there's just not a lot of troops, and then we've got a combat over here with 3 versus 2. They've lost so much of their manpower though that they won't be able to resist. And we got the steel working, finally. Now, let's go ahead and maybe society, we could go for the democracy. That would allow us to some voting things, or the medical degrees, so that would allow us to unlock the charity hospitals, which would be quite useful. Or international trade, actually, we'll go for that one, because that is hopefully going to start allowing us to get some more progress in there. And there we go, that's been conquered. Where are we heading next? We're going for the northern one. Kind of makes sense, I suppose. We've got a combat going over here. Is that... Oh, right, we are attacking. Okay, well, we can't change that right now. We're going to get that in 2 weeks. That's going to be done all ours soon enough. There is quite a big attack here. We got defenders, and now we will have attackers, so we can probably clear out Tigray. And over here, we'll just hold on for the time being, as much as we can. As soon as we can, I'm just going to switch to defend front over there. Oh, defamatory article. This article called the Amhara Observer has printed a biggest article about the Luba people living there. We can suppress the article or we can let it be released. We can ignore it, so the standard of living for the Luba goes down, which means more... we can afford losing a bit of authority. We can suppress that. Right, so we're losing more combats in there, but hopefully we can start pushing further north soon. Paper mill is fully employed now. So how much do we have extra paper? I suppose paper is used by people as well. Although mostly it's... oh yeah, it's a little pop consumption. So what does it say? Who uses it? It's pop, well, from 10 to 44 for household items needs. Alright. Well, that does increase some of the standard of living. Let's actually have a look at our population real quick. So, lower strata. Does it say about the average standard of living, lower population of the lower strata in Ethiopia? Okay. So that has been going up a lot. But the standard of living hasn't been going that much down, at least. Does it actually tell me? So a lot of them live peasants living in the subsistence buildings. Low standard of living. All right. 10% of the pops are enslaved, forcing them into very low standards of living. Oh right. So if we could reduce the slavery, could we actually? You know what? We can try reducing the slavery. It's 7%. Very unlikely. With legal guardianship, property women, that would increase the workforce, which isn't actually bad. Or if we abolish the serfdom, oh, actually, there's a bit more support for that. I think that could be useful. But right now, I think the slave trade might be more beneficial for us overall. Because just increasing the standards of living. But it's going to take a long time before it's passed. But that's alright. We're going to afford waiting. Right, so we got the paper mill, now we're getting more government administration buildings, and then another millet farm. How are we doing in terms of resources total? Oh, and another thing that we can do now, we can start increasing the logging production. Sawmills, probably going to cost us a lot, but it's going to increase the wood production drastically. Doesn't mean that the price is going to basically plummet, but that's alright. Right, well, I suppose one thing that we could do in the meanwhile is expanding the tooling workshop, because I'm pretty sure that it's only 30 tools that we produce, and we're going to need a lot more than that. So we're also going to build another level for that. It's hopefully going to be alright. How are we doing in terms of infrastructure over here? We've got plenty of extra room. We've got even extra tax capacity, which is a bit of a surprise, I'll admit. But I'll take it. And is there any other things? So we're upgrading the tooling workshop eventually. The logging camps don't have a lot of... unable to fully hire because there's not enough qualified people in here. How much are we getting capitalists? 38.9 per month. Okay. So it will eventually be fine. And now, how is the production? So we still need a lot of grain. For that, we need to increase the production over there. So, oh wow, we need 45 tools and we're only producing 7. We should be able to produce 30 total once we go all the way with the production though. So it's going to take a while before we reach there. But now we should be able to do a counterattack over here. Oh yeah, they lost some troops, but I think we're still going to lose this combat. We managed to get some reinforcements in there. In the meanwhile, they are trying to counterattack us here. Oh dear, they might be getting far. You know what? You're the one that's fighting. Once you're done fighting, I'm just going to send you over there to the southern flank. Maybe help over there. If we could start forcing the enemies back. Oh. Revolution brewing. Ooh. Interactionary interest groups. Landowners. The landowners don't like me. Right. Oh, they're not part of the government. Oh, we have basically no legitimacy. So you are very angry. Who could we pull in? I mean, landowners are pretty much the only thing that could be pulled in. So perhaps we should just stop this for now. I don't think we can get through that. So now they are less angry, so we can just bring the landowners back in, hopefully. And that's gonna... Oh, wait, no. While angry, okay. There should be... Well, let's give it a few moments. Hopefully they'll be removed from there. Or they won't be angry after a week, maybe? Or a month? There we go. So now we can bring landowners back in. Legitimacy is gonna go up. Soaring. And we've got a bit of a fight over here, but we are winning that finally. So we might actually be able to start weakening the enemy there. And how's the combat over here? We are still losing. We've got double the manpower in there. So it should be helping us a little bit, I suppose. Especially once we get that state for us, then that will be helpful. Is there... We lost a lot of men in this war already. My goodness, but the war support over there is dropping drastically. These two still have pretty good one. Because we haven't really been able to push them back yet into their territory, but eventually they'll start losing so much men that they won't be able to replenish them. For example, over here, that is already happening. Well, they will probably be able to replenish that for now. But for how long? Did we manage to get any... No, we didn't manage to actually get any ground from there. Oh, and logging camp is fully employed now in Oromia. So is that... Oh, wow, yeah, 3,000 profits right now. I'm guessing we got a lot of... Oh, yeah, we got a lot of wood right now, so we can afford using that in a lot of other things. The question, of course, what do we want to use it for? I suppose one thing that I could do, I wanted to do that already, although it might not be the most profitable, but start producing some hardwood. It might be, yeah, it's going to drop the production of wood, also increase the hardwood production, which means the hardwood price is going to drop drastically, but we will start using hardwood sooner rather than later. Once we get through... Okay, that's another victory coming our way. So what are we building? We're building the millet farms and tooling workshops. After that, we could perhaps start working on the... Oh, there we go. Somaliland is ours. Let us go ahead and build an iron mine there. There's not a lot of peasants available. We might want to start reducing some of the tea plantation, for example. So there's a bit of unusable or unused arable land. Millet farms is pretty good, but yeah, we'll just keep that with the fishing wharves. Not really going to be all that useful. I mean, at least the fish is something that we'll be producing now. So I don't know where the price is going to be going. It's probably going to be dropping a little bit. So are we actually... We are winning there. So finally doing counterattack in the north. Over here we are being attacked once more. 7 versus 6, so we are dealing pretty good damage, I'd say. So the hardwood price dropped to basically as low as possible. Transportation price is going up, fish price is going up, and fruit price is going up. Coffee price going up, wood price is slowly going up again, grain price is dropping, and clothing is going up. Alright. And Great Britain stopped improving relations. Okay. Can I start trading with anyone? I don't think I can. Import? Yeah, nothing available because we have got the laws that prevent us from doing that. I don't suppose we can... So it's the isolationist trade policy. We can't really change that. The intelligence here does have a little bit of cloud, but not a lot. We're still improving at least. Serfdom, we could try to abolish the serfdom again, but I don't think the landowners would appreciate that right now, and I can't really do too much about it. Same with the slavery, because they just own so much of the political strength. Monarchy, hereditary bureaucrats. Oh right, the bureaucrats is something that we might be able to switch. Well, doesn't seem like there's a lot of support for it either. Landowners oppose it, so it would go their loyalty from 6 to 1. Petty bourgeoisies would support it. They have basically no support whatsoever, or like, they are very small in numbers. So that's a bit of a problem. The peasant levies, we could go for the national militia, but again, that would actually be sort of the wrong direction almost. Would be a lot of conscripts and not a lot of regulars, although it's not necessarily the worst. Oh, internal security, we could go for the... Oh, guaranteed liberties. Well, there's not a lot of support for that, but a lot of people aren't going one way or another. Home affairs +2. Additional bureaucracy costs, okay, that would be quite a costly. Revolution / secession progression speed -10%. Radicals from standard of living decreases -10%. Loyalists from standard of living increases 10%. Okay, well, that could be useful. You know, we'll see if anyone will take that. Doesn't seem like no one's actually angry about that, but we will run out of bureaucracy if we do that. Of course, once we get this... Is this already... No, it's 16 months away from being incorporated, but that's going to increase the bureaucracy use even further. To some degree, anyway. We've got a defensive battle over here, which we are currently winning. And in the north, we are winning... No, actually, we're losing that combat. But we managed to push at least a little bit deeper. So if we have a look at the war support... Tigray... And that... Okay, so... They've got war support of 52 and 60. The higher one in the south, of course, because they haven't lost any territory yet. But I'm sure that we will win the north, and then that's going to allow us to bring in a lot of troops to the south. Also, we should have a look at the enemy troops over here. We don't know exactly their strength. We know that they don't have that much, but they've lost a lot of troops in the meanwhile. The defense is higher than our offense, or defense even. Let's have a look at the numbers in here. So they've lost a lot of their troops compared to ours. We've lost a lot as well, but not quite as much. So that is a good sign, so that we might start doing a counterattack soon. And over here, our attack is going further. Did we... Right, it's taking this province in here, I suppose. It might be splitting it into two, which means that we're going to have one defending while the other one clears it out. But yeah, soon the northern area is going to fall. The dye price is going down, the fish price is going down, coffee price is going down, fabric is going down, and clothing is going down. Alright. Did we manage to get the... Oh, right, you probably don't have a massive amount of peasants in here, do we? No, but is there at least increase in population? Oh, there's a massive amount of turmoil. Oh. Alright, the population is actually currently going down, mostly because the mortality is increased by the turmoil. No, actually, it's not directly by that, is it? And we don't have a good connection to the infrastructure in here yet. We at least get a little bit from the pops. Oh, do we not? Oh. The port over here. We need to increase the cargo port. We don't have the clippers to actually make it work. So let's go with the 10 convoys that we get from there, which isn't a lot. But at least we have a port. Right, so is that... Yeah, and that's going to be a victory over here in the north. So that Tigray is probably going to be falling soon. And over here our defense is holding quite nicely. They attack with 7 units total. Oh, we managed to push them back now. Good. So a bit of a counterattack there. Or they just pulled back because they lost so much troops. And over here our attack is a bit costly. In total debt is about the same, but there we go. Oh, Russia conquer Adana. And Crete. Alright, well, Egypt might be the wrong nation to bank as a friend then, I suppose. Oh, they're doing a counterattack here against our 14 units. We have taken a fair bit of casualties though, so we are probably going to be losing that combat. But I suspect that they might be losing their war support rather rapidly. I mean, it's minus 16 already. They're going to be losing another minus 10. Or minus 10 is going to be added, or subtracted from there, I suppose. But I do realize that we are way over time for this episode, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this war real quick. So I'm just going to speed up a little bit. Government administration in Gondor. What is the next building? So there's millet farms. Alright, that's good. More grain. We are going to be losing that combat indeed. Oh, but with one there. So now we've got generals over here that aren't doing anything. How good are your troops? That's decent strength still, and these are still in strength as well. So I'm going to put you in the offensive there. And then the other one. What are your strength like? Oh dear, you need to rest. Right, so I'm just going to keep you in standby. But once we get the reinforcements in here, then that is going to be turning the tables quite quickly, I reckon. And that is probably going to be surrendering very shortly. It's going to be like 2 more weeks. And then they... Oh, and we did manage to take half the state already. Capitulation. Excellent. And over here we got a fight going on. We probably have the numbers advantage at least. Oh yeah, definitely. And bureaucracy shortfall is going to be happening, but that's to be expected. Oh, and are we... Oh, we're probably spending more on the integration here now. Probably. Devastation is going down though, and at least we own that entire state now. And once we conquer this, we own the Amhara state as well completely. Got another combat going, 9 versus 3. We've got a massive numbers advantage there. Although we have taken a fair bit of casualties ourselves as well. But like, the amount of brigades was same at the beginning of the combat. But regardless, that's another victory there, and there's one more, maybe 1 or 2 more battles in this. Oh, crooked connections. Intelligentsia has approached us with an offer to expedite the process utilizing his personal connections with the state apparatus. Enactment time, each group of rule, or enactment time increases. Okay. Agreed by the book or not at all means that it's less likely to, or takes longer to get through. But I don't want the military to hate me, because I think that is going to be a very bad look. Consider how much we actually rely on. There we go. Capitulation. Age of Princes completed. So now we're technically, I suppose, a kingdom or king of Ethiopia. But yeah, we've got all these 3 states now. We'll probably need to do a lot of governmental stuff in the next episode. But if you enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.